Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Single female lawyer, She-Hulk attorney at law.
Might as well be.
Had its
Second
trailer.
yeah.
It's sort of like a longer trailer. And I don't know, the comedy
Is really off.
Some of it is okay, but they're saying that this is a comedy series.
Right.
But didn't Thor Love and Thunder was a comedy movie? That seems like a cop-out. Oh, you wanted Thor Love and Thunder to be this great movie. It was a comedy. Oh, you want She-Hulk to be this really cool show? It's a comedy.
Well, it's that observe your expectations.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we're going to flip it on you. Sometimes flipping it too much, it ruins it. It really, really does.
Yep.
But I don't like how she has to be like a better Hulk than him.
Yeah, she's
Like-
out hulking him.
Yeah, like he like
on.
throws a big boulder and then she throws it a little bit further. Oh, you have to like it's a balance. She's like doing like balance poses, but then she's like full on breakdancing. And then you have to do this. She's like, oh, it's obvious I'm already doing all these things. It's just like, why?
Yeah.
Why? The Hulk has been shamed enough in the MCU. Why
That's
shame
true.
him more? But I'm thinking, maybe there'll be a scene where the Abomination's like really beating the crap out of She-Hulk, and then Hulk has to drop this whole Professor Hulk bull crap and actually become the actual Hulk.
Where he's
And
all
then she
rage.
can be like, oh wow, I couldn't even imagine the strength you actually have. But they're not gonna do that.
No, that
Yeah.
would be cool to do that because it would show, the whole time he has one arm tied behind his back. You're
Yeah.
not getting the real Hulk.
Right.
When he's full rage.
And then maybe also show her that, like, in the future, you can get this way.
You can
but
rage it, but
you
it's
need
dangerous.
to control it. Yes.
See, maybe that's why he's out teaching her the balancing thing, because yes, having that mega rage will give you an edge in battle, but you're going to make yourself into like a caveman.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't want that.
Yes.
But will they do that?
It would be smart if they would.
Even like the first part, like he wakes her up with the thing and then she turns into She-Hulk and he's like, oh, that was interesting that you couldn't, but you turn back to your regular self, then you turn into the Hulk when you like get angry.
Like, yeah.
And he's like, how angry are you? Oh, a reasonable bout of angry. That was flat. That joke fell flat. That was flat.
It's just...
Then, I guess, like, kids, because he's like, oh, I'm going to be like your teacher. And she's like being better than him at everything. And then he goes, well, if you want to go back to being a normal lawyer, you can. Then she turns to the camera and says, he doesn't mean that.
But then
Then
she looks
Hulk
back.
looks, then she looks, and they both look at the camera. So she knows it's a TV show. See, Deadpool knows he's in a world of superheroes that's all made up by people. He knows that.
Yeah.
See, he's aware, like when he saw Juggernaut, he's like, oh, Juggernaut, you first appeared in issue 260. Oh, you're one of my favorite villains. And then Juggernaut goes, I'm going to rip you in half right now. And he just tears him in half. No one ever pays mind to Deadpool's mad ramblings.
Because they could play it off, he's just psycho.
And he's out of his mind.
He's out of his mind. She-Hulk's not out of her mind. Yeah, she has broken the fourth wall in
But
comics,
not
but not
in
to
the-
this extent.
When it came to She-Hulk breaking the fourth wall, it was always like a before and after.
Yes.
Like before the comics started, she'd talk to the audience. Then like
Not
at the
during.
end, but like during like battles
Right.
and stuff, she never really stopped and said, "Hey, audience, check this out." I don't know why. Of all the things to pull from the comics, that was like, oh yeah, we gotta do that.
Oh, it's kind of
Well,
stupid.
or also sprinkle it in, like, a little bit, but I feel like it's going to be a whole dump of, like, here's all that fourth wall stuff.
Know how and like there's very like Hulk things, like the Hulk clap. Oh, she does it to him and knocks him on his ass.
Of course.
Why? Why do that?
Because you got to show she's better.
Why can't the Hulk do that? And he's like, she'd be like, oh wow, how do you do that? And he like shows her how to do it. I don't know. Are they just, again, girls are better than boys? Is that what we're getting at?
That's been the whole, again, a lot of
This
these
Phase
trailers.
4?
Yeah, it's Phase 4. They want that woman team, and they're going to get it.
Boys went to Jupiter to get more stupider.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
yeah, might as well be.
That's what it is. Boys have cooties.
I don't know. It gets to the point with this whole thing overall, the MCU, where like we're probably gonna stop going to a lot of the movies unless they improve because this is bad. This is getting bad.
This wasn't on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if I'd
wouldn't see
even-
this.
I wouldn't
No, I
think
would
so.
definitely want to see the movie of this.
No.
We see Daredevil, which is cool. Charlie Cox is going to reprise the role, which is awesome. He's wearing the red and yellow.
which is
Super
kind of cool.
They're original.
But yeah, besides that, I guess she's gonna be defending what's his face, the Abomination.
Yeah.
Right.
And he could turn into the Abomination still.
Yeah,
But
Which
here's
is
the thing, though.
weird.
The Abomination could go toe to toe with the Hulk, but he's gonna. I bet you'll end up fighting She-Hulk at some point in the film, in the show. Don't make it to where she like just beats him easy.
Oh,
Dude, the
that would
Abomination's
suck.
so powerful.
Please don't do that.
That would
Make it to where it
would-
takes both of them to beat him.
Right.
Even if what I really want is the Hulk that go back to normal Hulk, where he's just like a monster, and have to do that to save his cousin's life.
Right.
And then he has to go into hiding again because he's like crazy Hulk again and he can't control it. And then she feels bad for having failed her cousin. And you know something, give her.
Well, that would be interesting, but are you
But-
doubtful they're gonna do this?
Then they do this whole like, oh, you're like a celebrity superhero now. Like she's like on Insta chat and
Yeah.
everyone's giving her likes and all. She's trying to date and she's like effing dudes like to be dominated and stuff.
And the worst part is that there's articles that have been written saying they're begging people to watch this. To say,
Oh,
because
there's lots of cameos. Guys, check out come watch the cameos. Because Miss Marvel, despite all of its greatest rated show of all time, was the lowest rated MCU show for viewership.
Right.
It wasn't even. I think it was like a 200,000. It was pretty bad.
You know
for
what's
streaming service.
ironic about that though? They actually had the same issue with the She-Hulk comics, and so they had to put a lot of cameos in that too. And they even made a joke about it on the cover. They're like, "Oh, I have Spider-Man in this issue. I wonder who we're gonna have next
Yeah.
in my next issue." And I'm like, "Ouch!" I'm like, "Gosh!" Even in their TV series, oh, we have Daredevil. Like, ooh.
Then I know Amanda was supposed to be very when she was just a regular lawyer, she's very timid or whatever, and then she became the Hulk. She was like, "Oh, now I'm like this beautiful, sexy woman."
Mm-hmm.
But arrogance, I don't know. Like, you remember that person you knew in high school that was nothing, but when they grew up, they're this home, then you're looking at it. It comes off as a little more mean spirited.
She was never like that.
Yeah, I don't.
She was sexy. I'll give you that, but she wasn't. Oh, look at me, I'm the best. You know, it was never that.
Right, and I feel like that's what I don't want in a character that's supposed to be charming. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like earlier in the podcast we talked about Neymar. I don't want Neymar like this.
Yeah, that's
he's
too
like
much.
too arrogant, too
Yeah.
much like.
Yeah.
You know, this is I don't want that. This is too arrogant,
I don't know.
and especially with her beating up Hulk, her thinking she's nothing, like her crap don't stink, like whatever.
Yeah, that's
I'm
how
awesome.
she acts like.
Yeah, and then in fact too, it was kind of weird. She's like worried about breaking her her lawyer outfit, but it doesn't even look broken when she's She-Hulk.
Yeah, she took the shoes off and it's
Yeah,
like spandecky.
Yeah.
So
but-
that's the whole idea. Is like, oh, you never see her tits. But of course, because they can't do that.
They're not gonna do that.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Well, they actually in the comics she like became like gigantic Hulk, so she looked
Yeah.
like a monster, and then all that. Then she's naked all the time. Then
Oh
and
yeah.
she looks
of
like
course.
an ogre.
She looks like Hulk.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, or it doesn't even look like boobs. They just look like just big muscles. Super gross.
Oh, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was really, really
awful.
gross.
That was a weird time.
I when I think of She-Hulk, I think of the comics in the mid 2000s and stuff on down. I don't think of the new ones.
But this show, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Unless they give the Hulk his due. But why would they give the Hulk his due in a She-Hulk show?
Right.
Especially how they are now.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
And also,
You're
it's
looking-
sad too. Could you imagine having a She-Hulk movie before a Hulk movie?
Well, there's a whole thing with Paramount and all that, how they can't really do a Hulk movie. Yeah, because
Oh,
of all the legal stuff.
actually, it's Universal.
Is it Universal?
It's
Yeah,
Universal
Universal.
has the rights to the movies, and it's kind of complicated.
So they can make a TV show, but not
Yeah, he can be in a thing, but it cannot be called the Hulk.
See, he could be in something like the Avengers, because it's the Avengers, not
Yeah.
Hulk. It's stupid, but
I don't know. Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on the video really helps out a lot. It gets the video spread around more people get to see the videos, and we get to make more videos for you guys. So thank you, and we appreciate every single one of you guys.